Okay, so this is my first official interview with an artist. Anyway, this is my first video interview, though. Is this your first?
It's my first time being interviewed, so
Firstly, what is your name?
so my name is Citlali Flores, but I've been called for some time CitlaFlor, and it's literally just a mixture of the two of them.
That's quite fun. I couldn't do that. I'd be Rob Hip.
That's a good one.
Moving on. So, so tell me a little bit about your life adventure.
Life adventure.
Life
So I
adventure.
can tell you what I do for a living
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Okay,
Um,
fine. Improve on my questions, why don't you?
I I come from Mexico. I say I come from Mexico because now I'm living in Austria for the last 7 years now. Um, I actually a scientist by day. I get paid to be a scientist, specifically biotechnology right now. Yeah, that's kind of it. I came to Austria to make my PhD
Mm.
and I finished it finally. So yeah, I'm just working as a scientist now.
And then what about your family?
Family, I have one kid.
Mhm.
Uh, I have a husband. Um, Actually, my kid was the reason why I started making art,
Oh, that's
or
interesting.
if I say it properly, since I was pregnant, I decided that I wanted to do something else because, of course, the baby was going to sleep so much that I was
Mm-hmm.
going to have that much time that I wanted to learn a new skill. And I was thinking for some time that I wanted to do some art, some drawing, some painting, and then just like 1 month before he was born, I got myself an iPad and
Mm.
I started drawing on my iPad
Okay.
a bit
Mhm.
before, and then like the whole time I was at home with him.
So how long has that been then?
5 years. He's
Mm.
going to be five January, this January.
Ah, cool. We share a birth month. Uh, and did you have any art history, like any history doing art before then?
To be honest, no. Like I remember when I was a kid, I was very scared of drawing.
Hmm.
I always thought that I was like the worst drawer that you can imagine.
Interesting.
My
Mm.
sister used to make my tasks, my homework when I had to draw.
Yeah.
Um, then years passed, and then I think I got an anime book, which I really
Mm.
like. I think I did two drawings, and then that was it. And then in high school, I remember doing some, so the chromatic circle,
Mhm.
uh, kind of like separating colors and stuff like that, that I
Mm.
remember being very good at the like separating these colors.
Interesting.
And that was it. So fast forward 15 more years. Yeah, I didn't do anything. And then I think I bought some watercolors, but I did something, I don't know, once a month.
Mm.
And then when my son was born, it was something I needed every single day. So yeah, when I wish I
Mm.
was one of these kids that they draw since they're kids, and then
Yeah.
they were born with a pencil in their hand.
But no,
But
your story is really interesting because we hear that so much. People go, "Oh yes, I've been drawing since I was born, pretty much," and it's just it gets a bit boring after a while. So that's really interesting, and it's good because then it's encouraging for people who just aren't like that or the same as you. I mean,
yeah, I mean, but I feel like I have this something that I miss, because all these people have been drawing for their whole life. I don't know, 25 years, whatever, 30. Uh, and that's not the case for me. So I think I try to a little bit overcompensate that. And that's why I think I try to do it every day or most days. I love it too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I do it every day just because it feels like I have to. This I need to draw stuff.
yeah, me
And if I'm
too.
not drawing, I'm thinking about drawing.
Yeah, dreaming about drawing. Yeah, if I don't draw in 3-4 days, I start getting a bit anxious
Yeah.
and angry, and there is kind of like something missing. And if I have too much work, then I start getting angry at work. So
Yeah, you need that outlet. That's good.
yeah, I need to spare some of my time to do something that I enjoy, and this is what I enjoy now.
So tell me something you've learned just in the last year or so that you think maybe has made a big change in your life.
I think I'm more confident in myself.
Mm.
I think I learned to do so many things these last 2 years, starting the newsletter, uh, like thinking that I was the worst writer too. Uh, so that's something that I that I did. I learned to do ceramics.
Oh, yes.
What I was thinking, I learned how to make sketchbooks, which I
Mm.
was always like thinking, oh, this is like such a difficult skill. And now it's like, I need a sketchbook. I just need to spend some hours doing it.
Yeah.
I learned how to do stickers now.
Yay.
So I think this, I will say not this last year, but the last 2 years, I think I realized that I can do anything I want to.
Mm.
I just need to put a lot of effort, a lot of time to learn. But any skill, I think any skill it's something that I can learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, it's not dependent on inbuilt talent that we're just born with. We actually can just learn new things all the time.
Probably singing will be one of these things that I will never be able to learn. But yeah, I mean, I love singing, but not, I know I don't do it in a good way. And I have some problems with my voice. So yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
okay. So
singing
maybe
is
not everything, but quite
not
a lot of things.
everything. A lot of the skills that people need. And to make, I don't know how these ribbons, I tried making them the other day and I felt so frustrated, but I don't enjoy it that much. So I was
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
okay, this is something I don't need to do in my life.
Yeah. You can't do all the things. Like it would just take up every minute of your day. And you don't have all that time. So
No, I don't. I have to be very selective to what I want to do.
yeah,
So
that's good. Yeah, we
I
all
think
do.
that helps a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so about colors. If you had to be a color, so this is my husband. He gave me this question. If you had to be a color, which one would you like to be and why?
I think I will always choose pink.
Mm,
I think it's just fluffy and I don't know.
I like that. The pink is
I
fluffy.
want to, I don't, I want to say sweet because sweet is
Mm.
color, but I'm not so sweet all the time.
Mm.
I don't know. I think just pink puts me in a good mood.
Ah, nice.
So that's what I will choose.
Mm. And that's your favorite color as well?
Yeah, yeah. I'm embracing it now. I think I hated I hated pink for a long, long time in my life. I was an orange person, very electric, very, very, very loud. And
Mm.
now I'm a little bit more.
Oh, nice, soft and fluffy.
Yeah. I think I'm more soft now. So yeah.
Ah, nice. Um, okay, so now if you could only use one drawing or painting medium for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
I'm going to cheat on this one. Mixed
Oh,
media.
that is such a, that doesn't work.
I
I,
I
I will
I
choose one,
cannot.
all of them.
Yes, I cannot. I so I've been thinking about this question for a while now. And I'm like, okay, yes, but I can use my soft pastels. Yeah, but only if I can mix them with water, and only if I can also have my how are these called, these pencil soft pastels.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I'm like, yeah, but then it's boring because what if I don't have gouache, or what if I cannot make like acrylic paintings?
Mm.
Nah. I
Okay.
think I can
Well,
tell you which ones I can live without.
mm.
I think I can live without oils,
Ah, yes.
screen printing.
Mm.
That's
It's
it.
a very short. It's a very short list. Yeah.
And only working with pencils. So
Mm.
pencils are a helpful
Mm.
thing for me. It's I think it hurts my hand to work with pencils only.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's something I wouldn't do.
that's fair enough.
Yeah. I've been thinking what will happen if, like, I don't know. I don't want to say bad things, but if something happens and I can just take some
Mm.
stuff, I think I will take my soft pastels for
Mm.
sure, or on my top, and my crayons, like these kind of crayons,
Ah,
like
yes.
water soluble thingy.
Mm.
Um, that will be kind of my top. But I will
In
be
an
very sad if I
emergency.
cannot use gouache.
Yeah. Who is your illustration or art hero?
Yeah, then I have to also have
All of
multiple,
them.
right? No, no, but I have some books. I have
Oh,
prepared
okay.
some books.
Oh,
So
good.
of course I have to start with Beatrice Alemania.
Um,
Texture-wise, character-wise,
mm.
she's kind of like my hero.
Mm.
Beatrice Blue.
Oh, yes.
Um, there is this book that it's Wonder. In the back, she has this greenhouse. Like when I bought this book, this was the first time I was dreaming about an illustration.
Mm.
And it was this. This was the time that I was really into illustration. So yeah, Beatrice Blue, Rebecca Green.
Of course.
Her characters, her colors
Mm.
are completely amazing. And Oliver Jeffers.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Yes. That's a big thing for me. You know what I like about him? The the themes that he uses are quite spread also. Uh the media that he uses is also completely different from one another. He
Yes.
uses like iPad drawings, digital, thank you. And sometimes he has these oils, and then he puts something digital, like very contrasting. All of the things that he uses just amazed me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think. And there is one more. I,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know her. Her name is Poopy Cat. She
Mhm.
does mainly digital illustration, but I think she was the first teacher, illustration teacher I had. And she's super sweet, super, like, she gives everything that she can. Uh yeah. So that's one of my heroes. I don't have any of her books, but
Oh,
yeah.
that's really good to have someone like that. So, talking of books, if you could only give one picture book to your children, which one would you choose?
Then it's the one that I didn't show.
Ah,
It's it's this one. I don't know, every time I read it to my son, I feel like crying. It's it's sweet, it's also like inspiring. It's also something that makes us adults think. Have you read it before?
no, not yet. No.
Get it. It's something really, really, I don't know. It just brings me
Special.
joy and it
That's
warms
it.
my heart. So
Brilliant.
that will be.
Nice. So is there an illustrated book that already exists that you wish you had created?
Exactly that one.
That one.
Yes,
Mm,
that's my favorite one.
cool. So what do you really dislike drawing or struggle most to draw?
Intricate things.
Mm,
Something that requires too much detail. Because I think I like to paint fast. I like to paint one big thing. And I don't know, like maybe you can see in all of my stuff. It's kind of like one specific thing.
yeah.
Um
Yeah, one main subject. Hey?
exactly what, but it's also like it's the backgrounds are also mostly non-existent. Like if I have to focus on it, I can make complicated backgrounds. But then let's say, for example, if I have to make a library and then to make all of these different books, I will go crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, drawing too many of the same thing,
Mm.
that's something I don't enjoy. A subject in particular, horses. I mean, I know they're difficult and I also don't like them that much. I'm
Yeah.
not crazy about them.
Yeah.
But if I have to do it, then I will do it.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, cars or bicycles. Like somehow those are not troubling in my head. Maybe spiders
Mm.
and
I find
snakes.
snakes are nice and easy to draw though, but spiders I
They're
find
easy or
quite
they're not
hard.
easy?
I think they're easy, but
I think they're
spiders,
horribly like. I mean, it's just a little thingy, right?
yeah,
But if you want to make it proper, that it has like the turns and all of
yeah,
this stuff, for me, they're super complicated.
yeah. It's trying to get something complicated to look simple in your own style that I think is where the real challenge comes in.
What were you going to say about the spiders?
Oh, spiders, it's that sort of idea. They're quite complicated little things, and when you're trying to simplify them, I find them quite. I feel like they never look right for my style. They just always look odd, like they don't fit in.
Because
That's
you
the
make
problem.
everything really cute. So
Spiders are adorable.
making a spider cute.
Little fluffy
Maybe we
tails.
should try, you know?
You
Let's
should, yeah.
let's let's give each other 2 minutes and then we can try to make a cute spider.
Um, okay, so if we were to look through your sketchbooks, what subjects or objects would we see the most often?
Grandmas.
Uh,
Um, so a group of animals that are like rats and mice and how are they called?
rodents?
Rodents. But
Yeah.
then I like opossums too. So it's kind
Mm.
of look ro rodents and lookalikes.
Mm.
No, I kind of like these animals that are not very mainstream. So I'm not, of course, I love cats and dogs and whatnot. But if I have to draw something, like drawing donkeys and bats.
Mm.
And there is, it's just I'm laughing about it because it's something a bit bad. I like to draw animal butts, but somehow I felt bad about it in between, so I didn't do it.
Oh
But
no,
you will find from
you
time to
could do
time
it.
this.
Yeah, why not? Because I see a lot of books, children's books in the library, all about pooing and bottoms in picture books. Very popular subject at the moment,
Really?
at least here in the
You
UK. I
send
don't
me
know about
some
Europe.
some titles and then
Yes, I will.
pick them because I don't know, it makes me laugh, you know. It's just
Mm,
something funny. I
yeah.
think I'm into very simple, funny things. Yeah, I'm into gory things too. So I think I'm struggling to put those two together.
Mm,
Um, because when I think of a story, sometimes I feel like I get, yeah, like thinking, oh, this is not a children's book story
mm,
or something that the children should hear. But
Mm.
then when I've been talking to my friends now about my stories, they're like, have you heard these German super old stories that they were eating intestines? Or, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but that they were opening the belly of someone, of the wolf, and then taking someone out.
Yeah.
They're quite gory too. And
Yeah.
somehow I felt like that was the standard,
Mm.
and then it stopped being.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm still into these things. So
Mm. Yeah, I think it's something that can fit in. Like, I wouldn't like all picture books to become really gory now. I don't feel like it's a trend that I want to see in picture books. But at the same time, I don't think it's wrong to not have that available. I don't like it when you're going to hear, oh no, publishers are going to say no, that's not allowed because that's not what's wanted. I think we should have a wider variety. Like, I don't want there to only be books about animals' bottoms and pooing, but it's there and that's fine. It's an option. And
I
it's the
think it will
same
be
with,
difficult to illustrate those gory
yeah,
things
yeah,
without
that's just the problem.
getting into too gory. But I think they didn't illustrate the gory stuff, right? They
No,
illustrated the beginning or some important point,
I
but
always thought those illustrations were really boring.
that's true.
Like, nothing was happening in them most of the time.
And it was just like a spot illustration, right? It
Yes,
was
yeah.
not like that's the point. All of these big stories, it was not the whole story illustrated.
Mm, yeah,
And then they
yeah,
can
because
skip.
yeah,
Huh?
they were longer. It was more text really,
Yeah,
and just a few little pictures.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's something you can always have there in the back. Write down your ideas when you get them, just to keep them, and they could always be developed at some point.
I mean, I could also think about doing like a stories and
Mm.
then just like exactly the same, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
doing some spot illustrations that they don't have to be completely gory.
yeah. Then
But
they could
maybe
fit
to
in with.
calm down my brain or to satisfy my brain to illustrate them from time to time and see if
Yeah,
I actually like it.
yeah, because it could become a not a picture book, but for older kids, sort of chapter books or something like that. The longer story books,
Yeah,
and then you can still have a few illustrations as well.
I mean, I know that now this how are they called? They're not comics, they're
Graphic novels.
graphic novels. And they're not for kids.
Mm, mostly.
They can be really cruel and really gory and really,
Yeah.
but then you have to draw a lot of details.
A lot of drawing. Those things are amazing. The amount of work that goes into them.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 years of work, right? So
Mm. Yeah, I do
I
have a
think
graphic novel idea
you
that's
have.
that yeah, I've written the story and it's just there. And I sometimes just think of the pictures but go, I'm not at that level yet. I don't think I can do that yet.
For me, going more than seven, it costs something.
Mm,
Like I really struggle doing more than seven illustrations.
yeah.
But at some point, yeah.
Yeah. There are
Have you
many options.
done like a
Mm?
full 17 spreads story?
70. No.
17.
I've done I think the most I've got is 15, 14, whatever the right number is for that amount of pages. Um, but all sketched out. Nice, neat sketches. And then I did some final illustrations for it just to make a dummy book. So I haven't fully illustrated all the pictures yet. But yeah, it's a lot of work. People
It's a lot
definitely
of work.
underestimate picture books, the amount of work that goes into them.
The thing is that I believe you have to go back and forward. So you make an illustration and then you're like, oops, this it's a little bit too similar to the last one.
Yeah.
So then you have to redo some of the other things.
Mm.
I think coming back to something is something I really struggle with.
Yes, I'm the same.
So I see these people like they do one illustration and they're like, I don't like this color, let's do it again.
Mm. Yeah.
I think that's what I will struggle the most. if
Yeah.
I have to do one and another and another and another.
Yeah. It's painful, isn't it?
Mm.
Um, okay, so if someone said to you, I can't draw, what would you reply?
Probably you cannot. Now.
Yeah.
I would say not now, but you just need to try and
Mm,
try again. And I will give them special pencil, a notebook, and I will say just go and draw the things that are in front of you that are calling your attention. And then you will see. You just need time
mm,
and
yeah.
wanting to do it.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
don't have time, but no one has time.
No.
They just have to make time for that.
Yep. Cool. Good reply. So when it comes to drawing, do you have any mottos or is there a thought that encourages you?
A thought that encourages me.
Mm, to
No, I
draw?
think it's just like an itch.
Mm,
It's something that I have to scratch and just do and do and do and do. Uh, it's something I need. Um, but something, for example, that gets me started with something, it's kind of like, just do it. But I need the sound. To just say like, stop thinking about it, just start whatever. Um, yeah. Oh, other thing that helps me a lot, I would say, is music.
mm,
So I think these Mexican songs that are like super dramatic and they're very loud and these kind of things, I think that keep my critical voice quiet
mm.
and then it just flows,
That sounds
whatever.
like a good plan. Drown out the critic.
Yeah,
um, okay, so now something different. What do you do on an average Friday night?
there is no average Friday night, I would say. Uh I don't know. I It used to be different when I was younger, for sure. I used to go out a lot. Now I will just say I try sometimes to be with my husband. I sometimes try to just work on some illustration. Sometimes work on my Substack. I don't know, watch a movie, cook something. But I don't think there is kind of like an average Friday for me.
Yeah, so it's Friday today, and
Yeah.
you don't do calls every Friday. This is not
I
an
don't
average
do
thing that
calls
you're
every
doing right
Friday,
now.
but the last this year I also formed. I got together with some women here in Vienna, uh, and then we meet. I don't know, once every 3 weeks, once every month, to paint, to do sketchbooks, to go to museums, to go to coffee shops, whatever.
Sounds good.
Um, yeah, yeah, I'm enjoying that. It all started because I wanted to go urban sketching,
Mm.
but the urban sketching group, I'm not sure. Uh, I love that much because they all just say hello and then they spread.
Yeah.
And I met these girls or women actually in that group. And then we decided to separate from everyone and then just meet from time to time.
That sounds good. Okay. Okay. So now we're getting into the personality type questions.
Okay.
Are you a naturally organized person or the opposite?
I'm not an organized person. I have struggled with that my whole life. My
Mm,
mom used to scold me a lot.
mm,
Yeah, I was a mess, a very big mess. Uh, I think, yeah, my whole life. And then I think my husband has kind of like pushed me into a more organized direction. My parents are really happy. They can see the change. I still need to have space where I am a very messy person.
Mm,
Usually is where like my studio. But yeah, sometimes it's a bit too much.
mm.
So I have, for example, at work, I have a locker that I
Okay.
ask people not to look at because it's really, but I really need it. And like
Mm,
people don't understand it how much I need my mess. I, I thrive with my mess. You know what? I will be super happy if I will have like a huge table. I
mm,
could have all of my art supplies laying
mm,
around. Or, I don't
mm.
know, me painting in the middle and
Clean
I just like,
everything out. That would be
yes, I
good.
will be super happy with that. And
So the
never
problem
and
is, if
never
it's too
fixing.
big, you end up having to stretch over everything, and that might be.
Of course, I have a lot of problems like water going on the floor out
Mm,
of nowhere and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's part of me. I think it's part of something I don't want to fully let go.
mm, mm.
But
Sounds.
I know that to keep everyone happy, I have to be a bit more organized.
Mm,
But but
yeah,
that's for things.
yeah.
For example, at work, what I enjoy the most is organizing.
That's
So
interesting.
organizing kind of like what we're going to do, organizing people, organizing like doing the mental practice of all of the steps
Mm,
and finding what can we improve, what can get better.
mm.
That makes me super super happy. So
I'm the opposite, I think, because I can organize things. I really like getting things extra organized in little compartments. But organizing people and events and all that stuff is just no, I can't do it. I'd rather keep them in a cupboard.
yeah, I quite enjoy
Mm,
because so in the lab, for
mm,
example, you need to do an experiment, but this experiment it's not something that lasts 30 minutes only, right?
mm,
It's part of like experiments, so parts that go one day one thing and 3 days the other. Um, and putting this into like a puzzle and then figuring out what you can do in the 30 minutes that you're waiting for the next experiment.
mm,
I love doing that. I mean, I just need someone who can keep up with that, but
mm.
like I've been having a lot of luck.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's funny. It's how can we be completely the opposite on that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the world needs every different kind of person. It's great. So then, on the same sort of vein, do you like having deadlines and people holding you accountable, or do you rebel against that and just want to do your own thing in your own time?
I like to do the things on my own time. I think so, but I think that these are two questions. I'm a
Mm,
rebel.
mm,
Um, I don't like people telling me what to do.
mm,
So I struggle a lot with commissions.
mm.
I like to do the things that I want to do, and if people like it, they can get
Yeah.
it.
Mhm,
Because I think part of it is because I'm still trying to figure out
mm,
what I enjoy the most.
yeah.
So being restricted about doing something is a bit complicated for me.
Mm,
On the other hand, I've been restricting myself. Uh, actually, with the newsletter, having like a month or a by-month topic
mm,
um, to follow through has kept me a bit organized.
mm.
But there is no one who can tell me that I have to
No.
do it that way. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I like deadlines. I like to put them
Mm.
myself.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm the same about being rebellious, but then even if I gave myself deadlines, I would rebel against them. Be like, no,
Really?
past me is not allowed to tell me what I'm supposed to do. It's really annoying.
You're not my boss. Oh, wait. Yes, you
Exactly.
are.
Okay. So, what is the most helpful technique that you use to keep yourself motivated?
Technique.
Yeah. So, is it that sort of making deadlines or plans,
I
or is
don't
it the
know.
Mexican music?
I think it's not thinking.
Mm,
I think it's like letting things flow.
mm,
Um, yeah, sometimes too many restrictions are not what helps me. Like the other thing for me, it helps me a lot of having this someone talking to you.
yeah.
So all of these meetings,
Mm,
all of these recordings, I just love them.
mm,
And sometimes it's just to have something on the background, I will say, because
mm,
sometimes I like to do my own thing, or for example, I start the first image that everyone in the recording they are doing,
yeah.
and then I just listen to them, and then suddenly it's like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I want to keep listening, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just interested in doing something else, and then I just start doing something else, but still
Mm,
listening. So maybe that's the thing that keeps me motivated. YouTubers for the
mm, yeah.
it's Sandy Hester.
Mm, yeah.
Her voice, her motivation, like I think hearing people that are motivated motivates me,
Mm, yeah.
but
I'm with
not people that tell me what to do.
you. No.
Yes, it comes back to the same thing.
Yeah.
There are some people that are telling you what to do all the time.
Mm,
No,
yeah, I don't like that either.
no. I think people that show me their joy,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
That's what keeps me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. I like having someone on the background to listen to. So I don't usually listen to music when I'm drawing. It's usually people talking. And I don't know if it's maybe that whole idea of having it drowns out your inner critic. I can't be thinking too much about things because I'm listening as well. And also music gives me a bit too much energy. So then I'm bouncing around and I can't draw properly. So I usually listen to music if I have to cook.
I think I bounce a lot anyway,
Mm.
but I'm like this, and I'm painting. I mean, it helps with the flow, right? If
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
what I do when
make
I'm
like
cooking.
really big,
Yeah.
big strokes, so
So what do you find most challenging or greatest hindrance to creating? Is that people telling you what to do?
there are two things:
Mm.
lack of time,
Mm.
and the other one I forgot.
And the
Forgetting.
other one is your memory.
Consistency.
Okay.
Because my mind jumps a lot from
Mm.
media, from I want to do this and things. I forgot actually. I wanted to tell you. I also learned how to make watercolors this year.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I think my brain needs a lot of variety, novelty,
Mm.
and then I get bored doing the same thing over and over. So yeah, I have to jump from project to project,
Mm.
and that makes me happy. So consistency is I struggle a lot.
Mm.
Not in terms of style.
Mm.
I think I can, if I'm doing something in specific thing, I can just follow through.
Yeah.
But in between, I will do 10 other things.
Mm. Yep. Are you more introverted or extroverted?
I'm both.
Mm. Okay. You're
I
like right in the middle.
I think it depends.
Mm.
I'm very nervous, I will
Mm.
say. So talking to someone or I don't know, going to a new class of people or whatever
Mm,
gives me a lot of anxiety. But I like talking to people,
mm,
so I don't struggle coming up with whatever topic I
mm.
have. Um, but I also need my me time.
Yeah.
So I can be both. I like to be both.
Mm.
I
Nice.
have multiple personalities. But
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's a constant thing. I like multiple media.
Mm,
I jump from topic to topic. I think I cannot be one thing.
yeah. You're multifaceted.
Yes, but everywhere. So
Yeah, exactly. So then, are you going to say the same thing for this one? Are you a morning person or a night owl?
that's the
Oh,
only
I
thing.
think
I'm
I'm
the only
both.
one. I am a super morning person.
Oh,
If
cool.
I so I did an experiment once on myself when I was in
Mm,
high school, and I used to wake up at 4 in the morning. And
mm,
I loved it. I love waking up at 4 in the morning. There is no one
mm.
talks. I can study, I can do whatever I need to do. Um, but then I got like heart problems.
Oh
Then
dear.
I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. But then right now it's not 4 in the morning, it's 6.
Mm,
So it's my sweet spot, I will say.
mm,
My son is sleeping, my husband is sleeping, so that's when I wake up on my weekends.
mm. Oh, nice.
Which is
Uh,
super weird. I mean, for a lot of
especially,
people, it's super weird. I
yeah.
wish sometimes I would sleep until 10 or something, but
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that. I feel like I've wasted the morning if I do that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Are you also a morning person?
Yeah, definitely. And my husband complained about this the first year we were married. He went, but on Saturdays I'm allowed to sleep in. And I had this idea that I'd get married and my wife and I would just have a nice morning, Saturday morning in bed, have a cup of tea or something at 11 o'clock and then get up. And I was like, no, no. Saturday mornings, we have to get up earlier than normal time because we want to go do as much as possible and fill the weekend up with as much stuff as no. So yeah, he can still just stay in bed if I let him. He could stay in bed all morning, but I kick him until he gets up.
I think for me, it like I'm crazy too. 8:30 is already,
Mm,
it's already like, it's getting late.
yeah.
Because by that time I'm super hungry, right?
Mm,
So,
okay. Is that the logic? I'm
so
hungry
it's
now.
like,
Too late.
okay, you had enough sleep. But he's okay with that.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible.
No.
We
No, that's good.
never like 11. No, no.
No. But it's the same at night. I have to. Shame. I'm quite mean. I make my husband go to bed at the same time I do and get up at the same time I do. Meanwhile, he's like, I could just leave him and he'd stay up watching TV until 2 a.m. But I'm like,
I
nope,
think
we're going to bed
mine.
now.
I think mine too. I just fell asleep.
Mm,
I mean, I don't have strength to move him over, so I just like fell asleep.
mm.
But then shame on him because if he cannot sleep that long, that's on him. So
Oh, it's his own fault.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Not mine.
No. Moving on to movies. Do you have a favorite animated movie?
Animated movie.
Mm.
I
Do
don't
you like
know.
animated movies?
I don't know. I mean, depends. Um, I got date.
Yeah. Hello.
Um, I used to love like I don't know how is it called in English. It's like all dogs go to heaven or
Oh
something.
yes, yeah.
It was quite tragic and
Mm,
funny and all of this.
yeah.
Of course for the visuals, all of the Ghibli.
Mm.
Uh, movies, they're super nice. I think the latest that I was super inspired was a Spider-Man movie.
Mm.
I
Is it
think
the
the
Spider-Verse one?
animation, yeah,
Mm.
Spider-Verse it's called, I think.
Yeah.
The animation is amazing. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool. I love Coco.
Mm.
I mean, obvious. Uh, Encanto,
Mm.
but something specific.
Mm.
I think I like more not animated
Mm.
person movies
Live ones. Mm.
because I'm more into drama and all of this
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
so, or
Yeah.
horror again.
Yeah.
So that's something you cannot do that much
No.
animated
No.
movies.
Not much.
Yeah, so I fail
Okay.
you on that one.
You do, but is there a character in any of those movies, even if it's not animated, is there a character that's most like you?
I is it called Elmira in English?
I'm not sure what movie is it.
Let me quickly because in Spanish it was called Elvira
Mm.
from Tiny Toons. It's
Oh,
not from a
okay.
movie.
Yeah.
The one that squeezes the animals because she likes them so much. That's me. Like I have a problem with mm,
Oh dear.
um no, I don't know. I don't think there is. I like to think I'm special. What about you?
I don't know. I didn't think of answering my own questions,
No, come
but I
on.
do have
You have to choose someone.
I have favorite animated movies, but people you probably won't know about them. Um, there's The Thief and the Cobbler. Yeah, well, that one, and the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. That you may have seen artwork from it.
Yes.
Yeah,
But is it
um,
like a children's thing? No.
not really. I mean, my children love it, and I loved it when I was a kid. But I think it's sort of just for everyone. It's very bright and colorful, really crazy artwork. It's very interesting. But trying to think of a character that I'm most like, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to go away and think of that. I'm gonna have to watch all these movies again.
There is one character,
Yeah.
but probably not because I think she is like me, but because I would like to be like her.
Mm,
There was one cartoon that was called Sandy Bell,
that sounds
and she
familiar.
was like she lost her parents. She used to live with the grandparents or whatever,
Mm,
and then she becomes a journalist. And she's very young, and then she grabs a van, and then she does what she needs to do
mm,
to thrive, whatever.
mm,
I think I was I was very inspired by her, and I like to think that I'm like her, you know.
mm.
I mean, I thankfully didn't lose my parents to be able
Yeah.
but then I had to grab everything.
Mm,
Everything I could store is to put in two luggages and then move my
mm,
life to another country. So
yeah. Well, at least you got two luggages. I only got one. Had
true,
to, yeah,
you moved too.
yeah,
Did you move alone?
yes,
So
yeah,
you went alone to UK.
yeah. So my mom had gone before, so she was over there here already. So, and my dad was still in South Africa. I moved by myself, but I had somewhere to go, so that was nice. I wasn't just starting fresh all by myself. But yeah, I had to only choose 15 kilograms worth of stuff to bring with
Oh,
me.
but that's nothing.
No, it
I
really
think I
isn't.
had like 60, 70
Mm,
kilograms because I had these 23 kilos.
mm,
And then I had my backpack and the small luggage.
yeah.
So probably 60, 70 kilos.
Mm,
But that was that the day I had no place to go. I had to go and pick up my own keys
Yeah.
and live in a very small dorm
Mm.
for a couple of months.
Exciting adventures, and how different everyone is. Completely different culture, and having to get used to all these. Did you find that it was well? Okay, I'm not a people person. I find it difficult. Like you were saying, you can have conversations with people. I wouldn't be nervous about going into a big group of people, but I just can't have a comfortable conversation. I feel really stressed about it. Um, so yeah, the cultural differences got to me. But actually, with Northern Ireland is where I moved to, and there's such hilarious people, really easy to get along with. And so I think I had it easy,
Okay.
but it was quite difficult to just figure out what was normal for them was just not normal for me.
I think I didn't care. I think I've always brought where I am.
Mm,
I also felt I didn't feel like I fit in
mm,
Mexico either.
mm. I had that as well. I didn't fit in South Africa.
Yeah, like
Um,
people are different. People, I don't know. I
mm,
mean, I had my friends and stuff, but
yeah.
I was not feeling like I belonged there. Here, the thing is that I will always feel like an outsider, right?
Mm,
Um, then at some point I moved to Sweden before coming
mm,
to Austria. Um, and actually I found my people amongst the outsiders.
mm,
So it was also not the locals because
yeah.
the locals were also quite cold and stuff. They're
Mm,
nice people, but they're very independent, I would say.
yeah.
Um, and the same thing in Austria. I
Mm,
think I find myself uh, the most comfortable when there is people that, I mean, from different cultures, but also that are open.
mm,
So, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so last few questions now.
Okay.
Are you on any social media platforms?
I want to be like you. I want to do the same thing as you, but I don't
Mm,
have the courage to do it. So yes, I'm on Instagram.
mm,
Um, I try not to post something that is original.
mm,
Does that make sense? I don't trust the system.
mm,
I just don't live because even though I don't have like uh that many followers, it has taken me 5 years to get one by one.
yeah.
So yes, and I still scroll a lot through Instagram and I enjoy that and I make it part
Mm,
of my day to see what people are doing, what people are
mm,
painting, what colors, new combinations I find.
mm,
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. I have my Substack, um,
mm.
the sketchbook games, if
Mm.
someone wants to know.
Yes. I'll put a link to all of these things.
Yes, I think my favorite right now is Substack.
Mm,
I find that all of the things that I like doing, like sending a picture or sending a note or sending, explaining a little bit why I'm doing what I'm doing,
yeah.
which is something I cannot do anywhere else. Like
Mm,
it compiles like all of these things that I like doing. So
yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
that's that's the social media. I'm on TikTok, but I don't post anything. So
Mm.
I just like to absorb the gossips of TikTok.
Okay, cool. So then, when we share this, if you can send me other ways that people can keep up to date with your art and with your work and stuff, and links, and then you must send me lots of photographs.
Of what I do.
Yeah, well, whatever you like. So I've given you some options. You
Yeah.
could share a piece that made you happy, or even a sketch. So it could be a
Do you
sketchbook
want to
page.
see
It
it
could be a
now?
final piece. You could, yeah, if you have them now, show them.
Because the thing is that I have this piece that has brought me so much happiness in the
Mm.
last months.
Ooh, okay. Ooh. Oh wow, reflections.
It's like a pool,
Mm.
and so the brother from my husband got a new house, and it has this natural pool, and they have
Oh, wow.
this huge Buddha head, blue, beautiful, and then it's quite green because they were not using it at that moment. And then the brother got a bit crazy, and then he decided to remove that Buddha to give it to us,
Oh really?
which was like, yay!
Mm.
But then I thought like he removed the most special part of the house
Mm.
by removing that Buddha, and that was the first day that I saw it and the last day that it was there. So that piece makes me really happy, and it's
Oh,
actually on my first made sketchbook,
oh,
self-made
nice.
sketchbook.
Extra special.
Yeah, so it holds a lot of
Mm.
nice feelings.
That sounds
But I
good.
can share more of what I do
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure.
Good, good. Um,
Perfect.
yeah, because and you can even share your workspace if you want photographs of your nice big mess. Do send me a photograph of the cupboard,
Of the what?
the mess in the cupboard.
Mess,
Yeah.
no. I I don't want to show you my mess. I'd rather show you pretty things.
Pretty
I can show
things,
you a
eh?
very
To know
nice
the
book
truth. Oh,
that
go
I
on then.
have it as an inspiration every
Ah.
time. I love these textures, and then I just
Mm.
have it in the back
Mhm.
of my desk. I can show you a little bit of all of the little spots in my
Mhm.
studio,
Yeah.
but not the
Yes.
mess.
Not the mess.
I'm ashamed of it.
We'll just imagine the mess.
You cannot imagine it.
We'll
It's
imagine it
really
so
bad.
much worse.
You know, drawers are the worst.
Mm.
I have two drawers because we have a bed in here because
Yeah.
it's a studio slash guest room.
Mm.
Yeah, so this bed has like these two drawers underneath.
Just full.
They're awful, but I love them. That's the space that I get to be messy.
Oh, nice. At least it's that way around, and it's not that everything is a mess and you've just got a few tidy places. So that's the positive.
On a crazy day, so let's say I take the day off from
Yeah.
work. And that day when my husband comes back, it's so I need to spend 1 hour cleaning.
Mm.
It's really bad.
Phew.
But then I like it. I like to throw away
Mm.
things in the
Just the
floor and then
freedom.
like I'm not
Yeah.
using it. Like next.
That's hilarious. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not that bad. Well, I like I said, I like being organized and everything has a place. And I don't want to just not put it back immediately. I have to put it in its proper
I
place.
will die if I have to put everything immediately.
It gets me a bit more exercise, I feel, as well.
Yeah.
Get a few more steps in every day.
I mean, I do the steps. I just make them at the end.
Yeah, all in one.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. This has been really nice talking to you. That's all my
Thank you. Thank you
questions
for
done.
this nice talk, Robyn.
Yeah,
Thank you
this really,
for choosing me for being the first one.
yeah. Well, it's only because you were going to do it this way. And so it just
What
happened
do you
this way.
mean?
You got
I was
to do
not
it on
chosen
video.
on purpose.
You were specially chosen. You just happened to be the first one.
Okay. I'll take
Is that
that as
okay?
a kind of
Good.
positive thing.
Yes. Nice. Bye.
We can go back.
Hey, we go back again. More talking? What? And then it
I mean, I
descends
didn't
into
want the
madness.
conversation to end like this on
Yeah,
the meeting, but if you want to edit it
we might
anyway.
as well just.
Okay, then let's say goodbye.
Yes.
Uh,
Have
we
a
will
great
talk.
weekend.
Huh?
Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank
Mm,
you. Have a good night.
thanks. Thanks. Bye.
Ciao.